And this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a glorious Thursday here at BTT Studios. And on Thursdays, it's a special day because we dominate not one, but 2 full hours on the Stadium Network and everywhere the stadium is. Amazon Prime Video, Direct TV, YouTube TV, the list goes on and on. Also, if you want to be completely interactive, you can do that too. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Chat Queen, Kimberly, will handle you when you get into the chat. You can learn a lot there as well. And then every now and then you can get on the wheel of doom. Hit the like button while you are at it. Now, our premium pop-ups, that's been where the tickets have been cashing. Yesterday on the morning show, we went 4-6 as we stay in our 500 boat that we are on. But last night on the premium pop-up, we cashed 9 or 10 tickets. 9 or 10. Our man Marky Motto from Weekday Wagers, 4-0 in the NHL. The Rangers live. He said, hey, take a -1.5. They won 7-3, 10 goals in that game. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are not premium members, this is where it's at. It pays for itself in 1 or 2 plays. Plus, more important than that, we just have a great time. We laugh a lot. We tease each other. That, to me, is what sports and sports betting is all about. So come be a part of what we're doing. Now, the schedule today, as I mentioned, we have the Coach and Bro Show at 11 a.m. So we have 2 full hours coming out of our studios. All the pro wrestling talk you could ask for. Then 2 to 4 Eastern time off the ropes with your boy, me, on channel 156 on Sirius XM Radio. And all of our content is on demand. We want you also to rep the merch. If you get a piece of merch, send us a picture. We'll throw you right up onto the show. All right, housekeeping done. Week 11 starts today. Can you believe it? That's right. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we break down Thursday Night Football. Coming out of the AFC East, the Jets and the Pats. Coming up in about 15 minutes, a ton of front page news. Steph, Jokic, an offer to Klay Thompson you won't believe that he turned down. And then, of course, our NBA showcase coming up in about 45 minutes from right now. But you guys know that when we start a new week, see, impatient, but I like it because what's at the door right now is some of the best in the business. It's time. Let's beat those damn books. Oh, and look who I've got today. The A-team is here. And where do I start? How about the man who was live last night? He's our numbers guy for a reason. He was cashing tickets. San Diego? Hey, San Diego. Yeah, we cashed you last night in college basketball. He is our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Yeah, we cashed a lot of tickets last night, so it was a great evening. And we even cashed UC San Diego, not just San Diego. We cashed both San Diegos last night.
Even making a mistake, we still cashed with both. I didn't even know there's the difference until you and I talked. I go, yeah, I do know that. Now, let's go right next door because Dallas has been all over the news for good and bad reasons. He's live. He's a senior at TCU. The Horned Frogs. Good morning, young Peyton.
Morning, Coach. Thanks. I'm more of a positive guy, so I'm going to say last night, the Horned Frogs women basketball team put up 122 points and beat Tennessee State by a final of 122-39. Olivia Miles is an absolute stud. She's surrounded by shooters. We got 3 girls over 6'7". These girls are winning the national championship this year, so you guys should go sprinkle a little bit on women's TCU basketball to win it all right now.
You're giving out a future right here today on November 13th.
Yes.
By the way, did you get to call any of that, produce any of the game, anything like that on ESPN Plus?
Last night, I was assistant director for ESPN Plus.
We're grooming stars here at the brand. Grooming stars here at the brand. Now, he is the host of Weekday Wagers. You can see them every single day, cashing tickets, having fun, and a whole lot of memes and gifs that I haven't seen before, and I like it. Say good morning live from Memphis, Tennessee. DG, what's good?
Morning, Coach. Morning, guys. Yeah, I was not a part of ESPN. I was just freezing doing soccer practice. That's what I did last night. Nothing fun. I'm jealous. Very jealous, Peyton.
Wow. But I respect you as a father. That's for damn sure. But the soccer, I went through that. Thank God my daughter quit when she was like 8. All right, finally, this man, You can hear him all over ESPN radio, driving around at night. You just never know. He goes by one name and one name only. Good morning, Zeno.
Good morning, everybody. We wake up this morning, and if only prayers can be answered, Paul Skeens will be in a Yankees jersey sooner rather than later.
He will be a part of front page news later, and all you Yankees fans, you Zeno, Big Tommy C, Soupy, you can only pray. And by the way, same picture on the couch from when he won Rookie of the Year to Cy Young, and we all agree he continues to crush it on and off the field, if you know what I mean. All right, boys, we got to get off this 500 tonight. I'm tired of losing juice in the morning and picking it up at night. So I got one question for all of you right now. Who wants? Are you pointing to Raphael or yourself?
Raphael, dude's hot right now. Just went to
all right, we got to go to the house.
hot.
All right, you have been cashing ticket after ticket. All right, Raphael, best bet. Start us off. Go.
Both plays are from Thursday Night Football. We'll go to the Jets Pats over 43. This one's going to be tricky all day. It's probably going to float between 43 and 43.5. So if that half a point scares you, I would get the best number right now. Jets home games, both of them, they've cashed back-to-back games of Jets over tickets. That is shocking. And when you talk about the Jets cashing over tickets on how their offense has looked. New England, 7 straight game winning streak, averaging 29 points a game. I think this one goes over just because I think Pats put points up early and the Jets will have to play from behind. That's why I like Justin Fields over 136.5 passing yards. This one opened up at 134.5. I can't believe it actually raised up. They're going to be playing from behind. I think he's going to have to throw. Yes, he threw for 60-plus yards last week, but when you're playing in New England and playing from behind, I think he has a good game.
All right. I was thinking about throwing a coach's challenge on this, but I'm going to reserve that for a little bit later, I have a feeling. All right. 6 completions last week. Raphael, you're going out on a limb on this one. He had 6.
His last 2 road games, 244 yards against the Bengals and 226 yards against Miami. Granted, those are 2 bad teams, but
hey, you're the hot one. I'm just pointing it out. You're the hot one. I would never step on your toes. All right, let's come right downstairs. DG, you're up next. Go.
Yeah, let's start off with that same game. We're going to go Breece Hall over the 14.5 receiving yards. It's at minus 115. The Patriots allow the second most targets, the most receptions, and the 7th most receiving yards to the running back position. I like Hall to go over in this game as well. Let's go to the association now in the NBA. We're going Pacers at the Suns. We're going to go under the 233.5 at minus 110. These teams combined to go under in 9 of the 14 games that they played, and both teams are bottom half of the league in scoring. So there's no chance I see this game going over that 233.5. And then my guy, Mr. Duck himself, Cutter Gauthier, we're going to go over the 3.5 shots on goal at plus 110. We're talking about 4+ in 7 of his last 9 games. He's averaging 9.1 shot attempts in that span. It's time. The quack attack is back, Jack. Let's go, Cutter Gauthier.
What are we doing? Peyton, what? This is your squad he's talking about. This is your squad. What are we doing?
A squad that just let me down on Tuesday. Oh, man.
They did. But that's all right. In fact, leave that on for the rest of the segment, DG. You look a lot better that way. All right. You really actually do. All right, let's come next door. Zeno, what do we got today?
Well, one, there is a God in the heavens because I don't want to steal his thunder, but finally Peyton laid off laying points on the road on Thursday night. So we have made progress with young Peyton, and I love it. But we're going to take the Jets plus 7.5 here in the first half. Why? As good as the Patriots' record is, you know how many times they've led by more than 7 points at half this year? Once, and that was to the Carolina Panthers, and that included an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown. The Patriots are a great team overall. Second half is where they pour it on. If the Jets have any hope of winning or covering this game, they got to stay in it early. I think they can. We'll take the 7.5 with the Jets. Let's go to college football tonight. Troy and Old Dominion. A little Sunbelt action, over 52. Now, these two teams are coming off a bye. Troy had scored at least 30 in every conference game until their last game out against Arkansas State. They get right again. What can we say about the Old Dominion offense? Oh, it's really good. 24th in FBS in total yards and 20th in rushing, 48th in scoring at 32 points per game. We go over the 52 here. And then in the college hardwood, Alabama playing number 2 Purdue. The only way Alabama loses at home is if they don't make shots, and that rarely ever happens. I know Purdue is really good, and they're strong defensively, but this is Alabama at home. They're going to push 90 in this game. I don't see Purdue keeping up.
This is going to be amazing. Purdue, aren't they the number 1 team in the country right now as of today?
2.
Yes.
2.
Number two. All right. Very good. Zeno, thank you very much. 3 big plays. Absolutely love it. I'm going to go next. I got 2 plays, and I'm going to go to the NBA. I've been really on fire at night. And starting today, I got to lead by example. So I'm going to be making picks every single day. I'm going to go with the Suns minus 4.5. You see them. They just Utah just gave up 152 points to Indiana. The Suns have won 4 in a row. All of them by at least 9 points. Then I love the Hawks. They're a lot better without Trae Young. They continue to show that. They've won 3 in a row. They beat the Lakers by 20, the Clippers by 3, and then they beat the Kings by 33. Tonight, I'm only laying 2 at minus 113 against Utah. Stop it. This is a layup, 2-0 check marks. You're welcome. All right, Peyton Lodge. We have, dare we say it, sort of a little bit of synergy.
Just a little bit, Coach. We'll get there in a second, because I'm starting off with the over in Utah again tonight, because on Tuesday they put up 280. I just had 230.5. Tonight it's 232.5. The over has come in 4 out of 5 in Utah, and these games at the Delta Center have averaged 258 total points a game. Take the over tonight. And yeah, like Zeno said, the chalk-eating weasel has been placed on the IR, because my other pick is the Ducks. They're coming off a loss. They're still averaging a little under 5 goals a game in their last 10 games. They've won 9 of their last 11. They're plus 105 on the money line tonight. Let's take them to win on the road tonight in Detroit, where at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, the underdogs have won the last 9 games. Take the Ducks tonight.
Wow. I love the synergy between everybody. And you get a Raphael clap from Zeno. That's worth everything. That is worth everything. All right, quickly, we got to speed through this for a reason. The dog of the day, let's go around. Here are our 3 choices. Purdue, interesting. I don't think they're the underdog, though, are they? Alabama should be there, right? No. Purdue, okay, great. I'm the idiot. Jazz or Jets? If you had to, who's going to go over? Raphael, start with you.
I think the Jazz in their offense, I think we just see a high-scoring game. And when you see a high-scoring game, the home team always has a shot.
So you like the Jazz. All right. DG.
Take the easy one here, Purdue. I just think that they are the better team. I don't know why they're not on that side. So, yes, I like Purdue.
That's what I thought. Zeno.
Yeah, well, the reason why Alabama's favored is because they're going to win, but that's a whole different conversation. Let's go with, as much as I want to take the Jets because I want the Bills to win the AFC, you've got to go with the Jazz.
Okay. 2 for the Jazz, young Peyton.
I got to take the Jazz, too. Hawks coming off a back-to-back, and Alabama looks really good this year.
Boy, the Jets at +5. Nobody's willing to take a shot on the Jets. All right. So we can't do this without all of you at home. You guys are continuing to grow this every single. But there is one person. There is one person that goes out of her way, not just for us, but for weekday wagers and everybody else. And she doesn't have to do it, but she does. And today is her birthday. Oh. So let's wish the chat queen herself, Kimberly, a happy birthday from the Coaching Company universe. You are absolutely amazing every single day. You never miss a day. You never miss a day. And I got to tell you, it is appreciated. We love you so much. And so thank you. Anybody want to say 5 seconds?
Same thing.
Anyone?
She's amazing. She does more than she should be doing. It's because she loves us. We also love her.
100%.
I have a future on the Steelers to win the AFC North. It's not going to work.
But at least you're making her happy today because you have that future. All right. So on this birthday for Kimberly, we'll dedicate the show to her. Still to come on the other side, front page news, and there's a lot. Skeens, Curry, Jokic, A.J. Brown, all of that coming up. Then in 20 minutes, we break down Thursday Night Football. It's a big one. It really, really is. Are the Patriots really for real when they need to be? It's Coaching Company, Stadium, Bally Sports Live. You know we're always up with the trends here at Coaching Company. We're just like the cool kids, and we're even like Steph Curry. Gentlemen, look at this very short video last night as Steph Curry was walking out onto the floor talking about Wemby, who he was getting ready to play. Cut 1.
7 and 6 better than 6-7.
That was for you, Zeno. 7-6 is better than 6-7. Talking about Wemby, and then he goes out there. That's my favorite. I love the Zeno animation. So, Zeno, your thoughts on even Steph Curry getting into the fun of it?
It's great. And the only way for it to stop happening is for all the old adults to do it so the young kids stop doing it. I do it every day if I can to my kids. I purposely try to find a way to get 6, 7 in there together. How many fries do you want? 6 or 7?
But I don't know why it doesn't get old. DG, why doesn't it get old?
Oh, it's getting old. It's slowly starting to die. We're seeing it. My youngest now is getting it, which means that the oldest doesn't think it's as cool, and that's when it's happening. So the old people are getting it, the young people are getting it. So the cool kids in the middle, yeah, it's not so cool anymore.
Kind of off a cliff a little bit. Raphael in the Big Easy, is it still a thing?
No. They don't do that here in the Big Easy.
He says hell to the no. Young Peyton, you're the closest to the age that's doing this.
I don't think it's stopping at all. I don't think it's ever going to stop. These teachers are doing it now. It's getting pretty crazy in class. I'll just leave it at that.
I have seen some teachers losing their minds over this stuff. The dude the other day, he got relieved of his duties after he started pounding the wall because the kids failed his test, but yet they did the 6-7 thing like 1,000 times in class. Keep it up, kids. Keep it up. Here we go. All right. Still to come on the other side. It's a little front page news. No Coach Phil today because he's going to be traveling back from Berlin, Germany, as he went and represented the brand over there with the Falcons and the Colts last week. So no Coach Phil today. But don't even worry about it. Ton to talk about. We're back live on Stadium and Bally Sports Live in just 5 seconds. All righty. For those of you in the chat watching on YouTube, Raphael will be in the chat for the next 15 minutes or so. Any questions for him, he'll answer them for you in real time. In the meantime, all of the sports are going on right now. Hockey, basketball, football, and now college hoops has started. So we got a ton to talk about, a ton of news, because we're not just about betting. We're also about sports. Absolutely love it. It's time for said front page news. All right, and topic number 1, DG, and we can just piggyback, go DG, Zeno, and then young Peyton. We talked about Steph Curry at the break, and last night he went out. They were down double digits early. He scores 46. The Nuggets also went down in the first half. Jokic had 25 in the first quarter, finished with 55 as they blow out the Clippers by 19 and score 130 in the process. There's no LeBron, but right now, DG, with these two OGs leading the charge, all the stars starting to show up.
They are, but I think this is just showing that they are that damn good. And Jokic doing what he's done, honestly, it was in a very efficient 55. The other side, Steph, ended up getting his, but they end up as a team taking 57 three-pointers, which in a sense, I would too, because Wemby is a ginormous alien. And so, yes, you stay away from him for sure.
You can go, Zeno, anytime, pal.
Sorry, I watched young Peyton there. He was, ready to rock the locks and loaded. I apologize, everybody. Look, I mean, when you look at what we're seeing here at this point in the season, it's very, very impressive. I'm always weary of what I see at the beginning of NBA seasons because of several things. One, we already have guys in load management, which is insane to think about. But two, as the season wears on and injuries persist and guys need more time off and everything else, it's hard to sustain that level. There are very few teams who can do it. Enjoy it while it's here, but I think in general, this is not necessarily a harbinger of where we will be come the end of March into April as we get set for playoffs.
The shot-making ability doesn't really go away as you get older, but what does go away is your legs. And that's why what Steph is doing right now is so impressive. He's 37, running around like he's in his early 20s. Off the ball, he's moving without the ball constantly, like he's done his whole career. Steph looks like he hasn't missed a beat at all. But I think what Jokic has done is even more impressive because on Tuesday night, he goes out for 35, 15, and 7 in Sacramento, a road game back-to-back, and he goes out last night and did what he did. That is absolutely insane. Jokic is more impressive.
33 minutes he did that in. DG, you use the word efficient. That's efficient. 55, 12, and 6 in 33 minutes, I might add. Now, let's stay in the NBA because the Oklahoma City Thunder, I like when teams use different things for motivation, guys. And when you win an NBA championship, the hardest thing to do is go back to back and say, why does the regular season even matter? But they have come out and said, you know what? We'd like to challenge the record. The record is 72 wins.
72.
They went out and laid the Lakers out by 30 last night. They're now, 12-1? Is it crazy for the Thunder to think, DG, that they can attack this record and have a 7 next to their name with the wins at the end of the season?
Coach, I hate that they're this good because I hate the Thunder being a Grizzlies fan. But yes, this team is that good, and they're going to continue to show it. They don't even have their second best player in the good Jalen Williams there. He hasn't even played this season, so they're only going to consistently get better. But they're all on the back of SGA. They have surrounded him with some good defensive-minded players, but he leads this team. As long as he's on the court, they're going to have a 7 next to that win column.
Couple of things at play here. Look, the Warriors 73-9 team that's established the record. In order to get this, you have to have young, fresh legs, and that's exactly what the Oklahoma City Thunder have here. And I think that this is starting to feel reminiscent through 13 games after a 12-1 start. Very similar to that. They are clearly distancing themselves from everybody else. But remember, 73-9 did not net an NBA title.
I know the Lakers didn't have LeBron, but this Lakers team came into the game last night 8-3.
Yeah.
Who knows what they look like with LeBron, but they've looked great without him. And last night, the Thunder made them look like they were 3-8, desperately needing LeBron to get healthy. The Thunder are so good defensively. Most improved player of the year candidate already is A.J. Mitchell. If you haven't seen him play, he's starting for the Thunder right now. We've constantly talked about how young this Thunder team is, but because of their youth, they're only going to get better playing together. They shouldn't have lost against Portland. They were up the whole game, but they were coming off a back-to-back, and they lost by 2. Of course, they're liable to win 70 games this year. They're 12-1, and they should be 13-0.
They should be. They really, really should be. Good takes on those guys. Topic number 3. And this is interesting because history was made last night as Paul Skeens sat on the couch yet again, just like he did when he won the Rookie of the Year. And with a non-winning record, he won the Cy Young. For the first time ever, a pitcher did that. DG, does a pitcher deserve to win the Cy Young when they don't even have a winning record?
Well, if you look at the games when he was in, the stats say they should have won, but the Pirates suck. And so because his team sucks, they can't win a game for him. But that doesn't matter when it comes down to the guy on the mound. He was the best pitcher by far this season. But if you look at what he's doing, there's only 2 other players that did what he did is win the Rookie of the Year, his first season, and then the second year win the Cy Young. I'm curious if y'all know who those players are.
Well, we'll get to that after we get Zeno's take on this as we ruin the flow of the segment.
He asked a trivia question. I had to think for it.
Yeah.
It takes a second for my Rolodex didn't exactly just start turning. Nonetheless, look, the trend broke a couple of years ago where pitcher wins do not mean what they used to mean. And when you dominate in every other statistical category, strikeouts per 9, whip, expected ERA and things of that nature, and the analytics have taken over, wins take a back seat to that more often than not. It's still really hard to win 20 games in the show, which is why a lot of guys don't do it all that often. So you respect the guys who can, but you're not going to ding a guy like Paul Skeens, whose offense could best be described as impotent.
Impotent, yeah. Dodgers or Yankees, guys. I think he's going one or the other. Wouldn't that be awful if he went to the Dodgers, by the way? I mean, I also think we shouldn't disrespect Pittsburgh. They were a lot better offensively than their record showed last year. They had some pretty good games and went on some stretches, but they could never go on that run. If they bring in a couple more hitters, they could be pretty good next year. They got a young kid, Bubba Chandler, a pitcher who's got great stuff, throws triple digits. The more this team wins, the less Paul Skeens wants to leave. So Pittsburgh needs to go out and grab some hitters next year. And I think maybe get Paul Skeens to stay in Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I don't think there's enough money in the world to get him to stay in Pittsburgh. He's going to go to New York. We're actually going to see Zeno smile once in a while whenever he's on the mound for the Yankees, just like that. Just like that. All right, DG, what's the answer to the trivia question?
All right, Fernando
Oh,
Valenzuela, but
okay.
also Dwight Gooden. So sorry I messed up the flow, but I thought it was a great trivia question.
It is a great trivia question, and what I probably would have done would be like, and coach, I got a trivia question. When we're done, I'd like to ask. That's what I would have. What I would have done. But
The only other two guys to have done it were this and this, and
there you go.
I want you to guess.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, topic number 4, and we're going to get into football now. Because A.J. Brown, as I look at the stats last week, he averaged 6.5 yards a catch. 2 of them, 13 yards against the Packers. And he has been not short on opinion on why he thinks they are struggling. And he walked back into the locker room yesterday when they come back from having Tuesdays off. And you would have thought, DG, that he would apologize. Nah, I had time to think of, oh, no. He's not apologizing. He's doubling down on what he said. Is this a good look for A.J. Brown to call out the teammates where they're at right now?
I don't think he's calling out the teammates. And I think he made that crystal clear in what he explained afterwards. He stood on business. He was talking to a friend and it was kind of venting a little bit and he got caught in a sense. But instead of backing up and saying the right thing, he said, you know what? I am seeing the way the offense is going, and too many times the defense is helping them out. And so I'm glad that he stood on business and said, hey, this offense doesn't look good enough to win a championship. And so at that point, he wasn't talking about himself all the way, probably, but he wasn't talking about himself. And I think that he wants the entire offense to be better.
Are we at the point where the Philadelphia Eagles are bored with the regular season?
Yes.
Because they're not being
I think so.
enough. I mean, I'm not making anything of A.J. Brown's comments. And if it was any other city other than New York or Philadelphia, this stuff would sort of be glossed over. And their head coach didn't do them any favors either and sort of, not really diffusing the situation. But regardless, he's a wide receiver. They're all unhappy unless they're getting the ball nonstop. And even if he's talking in general about the offense, you know what his number one solution would be to get the offense better? Give me the damn ball.
Give me the rock.
Well, this is personal, but I'm tired of A.J. Brown. So tired of him, I traded him away in my fantasy league. I was so patient with him, gave him 10 weeks for him to give me absolutely nothing. He's been non-existent in this offense, and I'm done sitting here trying to convince myself that the Eagles will find ways to give him the football. He's contributed to the Eagles' offense just as much as I contribute to in-class discussions in my supply chain class on Monday nights. Absolutely nothing, and I'm glad I got rid of him because their guy in Philly now is Devontae Smith.
At some point, you're going to get caught watching Monday Night Football in class. You're going to get caught, and don't blame it on your boy. Don't say, hey, coach. By the way, you clearly were watching the Twitch stream when he told all fantasy owners, if you have me, trade me or get rid of me. I can't believe in 2025, DG, we're at a point where wide receivers are playing video games on Twitch and giving advice about what to do with fantasy football and themselves.
Yeah, that's the day and age we live in. We didn't see that so long ago when we were growing up, but we were still playing the video games, but we weren't doing the whole chatty with my buddy while we were playing.
Coach, he's trolling people. That's all he's doing with that. He's absolutely trolling fantasy nerds.
Yep.
100% he is.
Yeah.
100% he is. There's no question about it. I just think there's a lot of people out there that are taking him serious.
100%.
Right? I think
Like
they're
me. Like me.
Like you.
You
Like
traded
you.
him.
Look who's in the chat today. Speaking of the Yankees, Big Tommy C. He's up early today, wishing Kevin a happy birthday. So we see Big Tommy C over there in the chat. I'm sure he's got a fun fact for you. All right, we're only halfway home of hour number 1. Remember, we dominate 2 hours every single Thursday right here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. So still to come on the other side, it's Thursday Night Football. And I don't want to hear one person in the chat or on the show say, this game sucks. It doesn't. It's pivotal, especially for the Pats. And when you hear the numbers the Jets won with last week, it will blow your mind. But can they do it again against the first-place New England Patriots on a night when Gronkowski will be honored as he has announced he will retire as a Patriot and not as a Buccaneer? We're only halfway home. Having a great time. It is Coaching Company. It's a vibe on Thursdays on Stadium. Bally Sports Live. Come on back. All right, in classic Rob Gronkowski fashion, for all of you degenerates that continue to watch on our YouTube channel, love all of you. Peyton, I'll start with you. when they were talking the other day with Robert Kraft, he's basically going to sign a 1 year or a 1 day contract to retire as a Patriot. He asked what the signing bonus was going to be. And Robert Kraft says, classic Gronk. Classic Gronk. Do you like the fact that Gronk decided he would retire and he's going to get honored tonight?
Of course, he has to retire as a Patriot, but this is one of my favorite guys on and off the field. I think he's hilarious. Last week, he was doing some kind of pregame show, didn't turn his microphone off, and was coughing through everything. He had some sort of sickness, but he had something in his throat, and he must have coughed like 20 times. And they come back to him, and he was just like, and it was hilarious. I don't know. I love Gronk.
Wait a second. There's another show like ours where people don't know how to use a mute button to block out coughs. Oh, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that existed. Zeno, let me come over to you because Gronk is probably everything all of us want to be: rich, smoke show wife, fiance, and a Hall of Fame career, and he gets paid to be an idiot on Fox. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm batting 500 there. Except I get paid to be an idiot most days, and I got a hot girlfriend. But other than that, you're right next to him. Look, Gronk, the greatest tight end in the history of the NFL, and I don't think it's close. And this is fitting for him. It's well deserved. He's going to go back to the place where he absolutely created a career for himself, but nobody has done it better in an all-around tight end way. And I'm talking about blocking, catching, receiving, running. Nobody did it better than Gronk. He's the best tight end in the history of the league.
DG, I got about 20 seconds for you.
Yeah, and I also like his answer when they asked him about should he have a statue. And honestly, true Gronk form, he just said, hey, Tom is the only guy who is the real G that should have a statue there. I'll take pictures next to his statue.
Oh, those statues. All right, gentlemen, we got to get set for week 11. It is the Jets. It is the Patriots. And I can't wait, to be honest with you. We are back live on Stadium. 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back. We have just crossed the bottom of the hour. If you're watching us live in the East, it's 10:32. If you're out in the West and you're just getting out of bed like I am, it is 7:32. 2 full hours on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. Don't forget, coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, it is the Coach and Bro Show with me and Vince Russo, the greatest wrestling writer of all time. But Thursdays are all about Thursday night football. And tonight, we have a rather unique matchup. I got to see Raphael before we even get started. Because, Rafi, you always bring me a nugget or two that I can sink my teeth into hours before kickoff. What do you got today?
Yeah, 2 books just texted me saying they're expecting over money to come in, so I would grab the 43 and 43.5. We could see a 44.5 if they're telling me this right now. And I'm going to go to a quarterback. Drake May's passing yards is at BetMGM 239.5. It opened at 249.5. And there's 2 other books, FanDuel and Caesars, 237.5 and 236.5. If you're like me and Zeno, I think the Jets can hang around. I think he's going to have to pass. But if New England's blowing him out, then they're probably handing off, get the game to go, and it can go under. So how you look at this game is how you maybe look at Drake May on his prop bets tonight. And then really quickly, OKC to break 74.5 wins, 16-1.
74.5 or 73.5?
To break 74 plus. I'm sorry, 74 plus.
74 plus. Okay. Interesting. 16-1. I thought it might be a little bit more than that, but we'll keep our eye on that. Raphael, as always, thank you, buddy. Raphael will be in the chat. Any questions, put them to Raphael. He'll answer them for you in real time. All right, it's time, as we do every single Thursday at this time, to kick it off. All right, let's start with the game as a whole. And, DG, when you look at a 2-7, 8-2 game, it's very, very easy to say, this game's going to stink. But this is a fascinating matchup because the Jets are coming off scoring 27 against the Browns. The Patriots have a 1.5 game lead over the Bills in this same division. They cannot afford to overlook this game. So from a game perspective, let's start there. What do you see tonight?
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the season with the NFL because now we're seeing teams that have, honestly, they have really nothing to play for, which means they have no expectations, and that's the Jets. And so if I look at this Jets team, why not go out and shock the world? We're on primetime TV on Thursday night. the Patriots are a dominant team, but are they sleepwalking? They can get caught in this game. And so I like whatever way you want to attack this, whether it is the spread or whether it is a sprinkle on the money line for the Jets. I really do think this is going to be a really good game.
And Zeno, when you look at it, with 13 points, any NFL game, that's a lot of points. All it takes is one or two scores, and you're in trouble.
Sure, and a backdoor cover is certainly likely, but we've seen this already. I mean, there was a couple of weeks ago where an absolutely decimated 49ers team went and played the Rams, and it didn't look like they had any shot to cover the game. They won the thing outright. Thursday night is the ultimate equalizer in the NFL. Some teams get ready for it well, some don't. Now, again, this is a Mike Vrabel coach team. They don't mess up and slip up much, so I don't expect the Jets to be able to win this game, but I would say that there is a likelihood they could keep it close, particularly early.
Peyton?
Yeah, I mean, the Jets have won back-to-back games, so look out because the Super Bowl is back on. But people just keep wanting to fade the Pats week after week, and they continue not only to win, but they put up numbers. And the Jets' defense is horrific. They allow more than 26 points a game. I hate this number at 13, but if I had to take a side, it's probably the Pats to cover because of how awful the Jets are defensively and offensively. But I'm definitely going to take the Patriots team total at 27.5. But this might be one of those icky Thursday night games that don't score many points because we haven't really seen both teams score double digits in a month since October 16th.
Last week was interesting. The team total for the Patriots was 23.5, and I thought it was dead in the water when they got the ball with 2 minutes to go. 69 yards to the house for Travion Henderson, and they cashed it, getting to 28, which they absolutely needed every single point. Now, let's look at the quarterbacks, because this is interesting or horrible all at the same time. Because Justin Fields last week, and I kid you not, completed 6 passes to 6 different receivers. I don't know that I've ever seen a game in my lifetime, because I certainly did not go back and spend the time to look it up. But DG, to not have one receiver, not one, get 2 receptions. So you see the numbers for Justin Fields. We've never seen numbers like this. Anything pop off to play or to fade?
Yeah, that worries me about that 136.5 because it's just like a blinking red light just staring at you, wanting you to take the over. But I'm not going to go that direction. And honestly, off the board here because I like Drake May to go over his 24.5 rushing yards. I think he's been doing it on the ground just enough, and I think he can still do it against this Jets team who wants to get after the quarterback, get outside, and get up the field.
Zeno?
If the Jets coaching staff is worth their salt, and Aaron Glenn, I think, is, what they won't do is try to run into the teeth of this Patriots defense. So if you're giving me only a half touchdown to get over through the air for Justin Fields, that's where I'd go. You don't see that number pop up often. Try to take advantage of it. There's 100 things that could happen that go his way. A broken coverage, somebody trips and falls, when you get inside the red zone. I mean, there's a variety of things. I just know you're not going to beat the Patriots rushing the ball up front. Justin Fields is going to have to throw.
He has had times, Zeno, to your point, where he has come out and played very, very well through the air. He has it in him. But Peyton, that's exactly where I'm going to go. Now that Zeno mentioned it, it could be with a minute to go in the game. It doesn't matter.
I'm on Zeno's side in the tripping and falling and break coverage aspect. On the other end, I'm taking Drake May's longest pass at 36.5. I think they have broken coverage tonight. No more Sauce Gardner out there. Give me his longest completion, 36.5. I know we kind of target player specific stuff, Coach. When maybe we get down to Stephon Diggs in a few here, maybe we target him, but we'll see where his number is.
It's a great point. Great point. Sometimes 10 or 11, we'll hit on that in a second, according to Peyton. So let's go to the running backs now, because this is going to be an interesting matchup tonight. You got Breece Hall on one side. We have him as a best bet in the air, DG. And then you got Travion Henderson, who last week, his numbers, what were his numbers? I mean, he went for 14 for 147, and he scored twice. This dude is starting to really find a home in New England. Anything scream to you here?
Yeah, obviously, I love the receiving yards for Breece Hall, but on the other side with Travion Henderson, him on the ground should be a cash bet. The 79.5 is a big number, but if you're looking at the Patriots, we want to dominate the line of scrimmage. I think you do that by running with Travion Henderson and get him over a big, long break out of the backfield, whether it's the longest rush or the rush yards. I like him tonight.
does that narrative, Zeno, lean into Thursday, just get in and get out? Because the way they play offensively, they're not a big throw it down the field. It feels like what DG just said would play into a lot of overs for Henderson.
I would think so, but I would actually lean on his rushing attempts under in this spot here. I mean, the offense runs through Drake May, and the Jets, even though they lost Quinnen Williams via trade, they're still solid up front, and I would test their secondary more than I would on the run game here. What would worry me is that if the Patriots get a bigger lead in the second half, Henderson would be fed carries just to kill clock, but I would lean on his under.
Yeah, I feel I'm backing you a lot today, Zeno. You're bringing a lot of good things that I like today. He's like, I usually do, Coach. Stop it. Peyton,
you said it, I didn't.
I mean, the Jets are going to try and keep the ball out of May's hands by running the football tonight. And the Pats are the best team in football against the run. They allow just 79 yards per game on the ground. That's the best in the league. There's no way he hits his over tonight, and the Pats D will not break down. Take his longest rush, Breece Hall, under 13.5.
Okay, fading Breece Hall on the ground tonight. All right, so a lot of different things there. So take that for what you guys want to take it for and make the plays that you want. That's why we give you the information. Now, finally, on the receiver side, we could have flipped the coin for the Jets. Where do we go? 6 guys with 1 catch. And then on the other side, Stephon Diggs, he's been making news on and off the field, if you know what I mean. DG, anything with either one of these? And I believe – who did we use for our Jets player?
Mason Taylor, the tight end.
Mason Taylor.
Yes. Son of Jason Taylor. That's what he's known to be. Honestly, like I like Mason Taylor, and it's a good matchup as the tight end going against New England, but he just hasn't shown any consistency, and that's kind of what I would worry about if I was going after Mason Taylor. But if Stephon Diggs has looked like the numero uno, you can also go with Booty there and in New England if you want to go after some yardage because he's been showing up lately. I think you could target either Diggs or Booty tonight.
There's so many jokes there that I'm not going to touch right now. Obviously, the platforms are freezing up as they're making adjustments and trying to make them better. So we're having patience, but they're running thin. Zeno, your thoughts on the receivers tonight?
I mean, are we including tight ends in this whole deal? Because I know Mason Taylor and Stephon Diggs are there, but Hunter Henry would be a very viable target for New England tonight for me to look at in an anytime touchdown market. Look, he continually gets the requisite number of targets and receptions needed per game. I mean, targets-wise, he's averaging about 4.5 targets per game. I think he makes the most of it in the opportunity, and he'll be a mismatch for the Jets in the middle of the field in the end zone.
So to your point, last week he had 1 catch for 9 yards. Hollins had 6 for 106. It's kind of just a toss-up, Zeno, really, with the Patriots week to week, which tells me they are game planning Josh McDaniels for each team individually because it's always somebody different at the top. Hollins, Diggs, Hunter Henry sometimes, but last week he didn't do anything. So it's interesting. So it's really hard to play props if we're talking about receivers for the Patriots. Peyton, let me come over to you because last week they had 2 receivers that had catches of over 54. They had 1 of 26. So 3 different receivers of 26 or longer. So maybe playing into what you said, a longest reception, but you'd have to target a guy.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with Zeno here on the red zone. Hunter Henry scored a touchdown in 3 of his last 4 home games in the past jersey, so I like him getting in the red zone. Diggs, 3 touchdowns straight. But Mason Taylor, I mean, this has been Justin Fields' go-to guy lately, but Justin Fields' go-to guy is like my go-to order at McDonald's, just fries and a McFlurry. Nothing crazy whatsoever. So it's hard for me to take this guy over his passing yards, but they're going to be losing it tonight. They're going to have to be throwing. I take a Jets receiver at a low number. Why not?
All right. We will be live tonight on a premium pop-up at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 15 minutes before the game starts. So we'll have some more best bets and also the up-to-the-minute numbers as they continue to change throughout the day. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Still to come, you can go to a college basketball game, but you can't play in your own. Who am I talking about? I'll tell you on the other side. It's time for a little NBA showcase. It is Coach and Company Stadium, Valley Sports Live. All right, sometimes you got to give the ladies their flowers as well on the hardwood. Last night, Notre Dame junior guard Hannah Hidalgo broke an NCAA record when players never want to play defense. Damn right she deserves a clap. 44 points, that's not the record. DG, 16 steals, breaking the record by 2 last night. An amazing performance.
It was an amazing performance, and she is, honestly just shooting up the ranks of being the best right now in college basketball. But it's just an opportunity missed, Coach, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on this. It's an opportunity miss. You could have had a quadruple double with having your rebounds and assists. That's an opportunity you don't often get. That would have been amazing to see.
I wonder if that's ever happened in women's basketball. I know it's happened in the NBA several times. It's never happened, Peyton? Interesting.
I don't think it has.
Wow. You're all over the women's basketball scene. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the best players in college basketball. Too bad she lost to the Horned Frogs last year and had nothing to show for it. But Notre Dame is going to be good again this year. But who's right behind Hidalgo, one of the best players in college hoops? Olivia Miles, her teammate last year, who's now in Fort Worth frying people at TCU. It's going to be a really fun women's college hoop season. I think both Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles make a deep playoff run. We might even see them face each other in the tournament late in the year.
I know who's going to be my women's basketball guy. 30 seconds for you, Zeno, on this one, which I know you've been all over the early season women's college hoops.
Yeah, impressive stuff to say the least. I just, didn't want to take any more time away from the TCU billboard that Peyton is to win the national title.
If they do, he's going to be insufferable.
Oh, yeah.
Or unsufferable. Huh? Is it insufferable?
Yes.
It is. I knew I didn't have it right. I just channeled my inner Sloopy right there. It's not a fun place to be. It's not a fun place to be. I can tell you. Yes, Peyton.
I'm definitely be taking. I'm going to be a chalk eating weasel on TCU's points this year. That's for sure.
There you go.
Look at you guys. Look at you guys doing this. We're right before our very eyes. You two, big bro, little bro. Absolutely love it. All right, it's time to talk a little NBA, and I'm not happy with one player, just one today. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we will lock it in, and I'm not going to guarantee. We're going to have a good day across the board. By the way, we were talking about whether or not quadruple doubles, boys, have ever been done in women's basketball. Twice. Grambling State, Shaquilla Hill in 2018 had 2 different quadruple doubles for that. So thank you to our researcher here at the brand. Guys, I'm a little bit ticked off. And Zeno, I got to start with you because if anybody's going to cut a promo, I got to come to my guy. Because Tuesday night, they showed Donovan Mitchell at least 10 times sitting front row, center court, Kentucky, Louisville. He was a star at Louisville. Makes all the sense in the world. Except there's an NBA rule that you've got to be, if you're playing the next night, in the city the night before. They were playing in Miami last night, which means he had to take a private jet to get there after the game. But then a funny thing happened. He didn't play last night. He looked very healthy sitting at courtside. Is this starting to become an issue? And is Donovan Mitchell telling all of us, screw you, it doesn't matter?
It's an optics issue for the NBA, and they've tried to quell it and turn it around. But the reality is much similar to NFL officiating, which is awful. It's bad optics. It doesn't do well for the league. They don't have to do anything to change it because the numbers and the revenue and the ratings are not being changed. Until people make a dramatic shift in their behavior patterns and stop watching and stop attending games, guess what? Players will continue to do this. They'll thumb their nose up at the rules or whatever the league wants to do. They'll pay their fines to do what they want because certain players can afford to do it. And this will continue to persist. Bad optics for the league, but there's nothing they're going to do to change players' behavioral habits.
Donovan Mitchell makes $40 million plus, DG. $40 million plus. And if I'm a leader making that kind of money, I know he wants to see his team play. But if he knows he's not playing the next night, that's a horrible look. And he'll probably score 40 tonight against Toronto.
Well, that's the thing is, Coach, it has to have been understood ahead of time that he was probably sitting that because it is a back-to-back kind of a night. And so he's probably playing tonight, I would assume. And so at that point, it is a special exception to go and see your college team there because you know you're not playing and the coach understood that. I don't care about this as much. I don't care necessarily when they're off the court, really what happens as long as you're not getting into trouble for the most part. And so I don't think it's a bad look personally, but I can understand why people actually do see this as a negative.
I think with all the betting stuff that's gone on, with all of the different stories that are going on, to me, the players have a responsibility right now to go above and beyond to make their sport look good. And that's all. In the whole scheme of things, yeah, does it mean anything? No. But there are also, and I believe in this with my wrestling background, because The Rock taught me this. There's one person, and I guarantee you that last night there was one person that bought a ticket that wanted to watch Donovan Mitchell play, that had never seen him play. He's an all-star. He's a great player. But they don't care about that, young Peyton. They care about what they care about.
Yeah, here's my problem because LeBron can go watch his kid play, do whatever the heck he wants. Jokic can go play hooky with his horses, but Donovan Mitchell is he's another tier. This is another tier of players. He's on another level than them. And there's a lot of players within the Donovan Mitchell tier in the NBA. These are a lot of guys who are going to start saying, wait a minute, if he can go do that, let me go do what I want to do. And those are at least 20, 30 guys right there who really would want to be able to go ahead and say, oh, well, he didn't play. Let me rest the next night and go do what I want to do. So this is a big tier of players that's definitely in Donovan Mitchell's.
No question. There is no question. And last night, even without all the stars playing, because everybody set for Cleveland last night, and they lose, shockingly. They win 130 to 116. So ultimately, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter, DG, that he set out because they still scored 130.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, you might see whoever played tonight, that big star, I think Jared Allen actually played, he might sit tonight. You see Mobley and Mitchell play tonight. They're just trying to figure out if I can take two of my four better players, sit them one night, switch them out with the other two the next night. They're trying to get through the season, so I get that part of it. But yes, this Cleveland team is really good.
Somewhere, Zeno, wrap it up for us. Michael Jordan is just pissed.
Oh, he is. It's just a different brand, different league. And to your point, though, Coach, like if the only people who are really upset is 8-year-old little Johnny who wanted to see Donovan Mitchell play for the first time, unfortunately, in the multi-billion-dollar business that is professional sports, they don't care about that individual.
I know.
I know. And they write little stories on social media about it, but they don't care because that's not where the money comes from.
And it sucks. It really, really sucks. But that's the nature of the beast. Gentlemen, well done on that discussion. All right. We're all locked and loaded. We're ready to go. We're ready to have a winning day. So today's Thursday. So 2 straight winning days to end mercifully this week. It's time to lock it in. Oh, Dan Orlovsky on ESPN right now thinks Drake May goes over his passing totals tonight. All right, DG, 10 seconds or less, 1 or 2 nuggets is all I need. Go.
Brees Hall gets it done through the air. We're going over the 14.5 receiving yards at minus 115. He's going against a Pats team that allows the top 7 to targets, receptions, and yards receiving to the running back. Now let's go to the NBA and the Pacers at the Suns. The under is where the play is at 233.5 at minus 110. Both of these teams on a back-to-back now for the Suns. Both these teams are not good scoring teams. And then if you'll just hang out with me, let's talk about the Ducks again. Cutter Gold Chain is what I call him. Going over 3.5 shots on goal at plus 110. He's 4+ in 7 of his last 9 games.
And that game is kicking off it's the first game of the day, 7 p.m. In Detroit City. Raphael, go.
We're going to take the Jets-Pats over 43. I just think we'll see a high-scoring game on a Thursday Night Football, and who doesn't like points on Thursday Night Football? And then give me Justin Fields over 136.5 passing yards. That's right, passing yards. For the last 2 road games, 244 versus the Bengals, 226 versus the Dolphins.
Very good. Mr. Zeno.
Jets plus 7.5 in the first half. Patriots have only led by more than 7 points just once this entire season at halftime was against the Panthers. We'll go to college football. Troy and Old Dominion over 52. Troy has scored at least 30 in every conference game except one. Old Dominion, a top 50 offense in total offense and top 25 in rushing. They'll be able to put up points. And on the college hardwood, Alabama hosting Purdue. Crimson Tide don't lose at home. They'll cover the 3.5.
No, that's going to be a big-time early season game. I'm going to go next. If you're going to cash with the coach, you're going to do with these 2 NBA games tonight. The Hawks, they're better without Trae Young. That's just a fact. Laying 2 minus 113. The Utah Jazz absolutely stink. absolutely stink. Then the Phoenix Suns, they're really, really good, at least right now. They're playing a team that just gave up 152 points. And all they got to do is win by 4.5. The Suns have won 4 in a row. All 4 of those wins have been by at least 9 points. Cash the 4.5. Young Peyton, go.
A little bit of synergy here, Coach. I think the Jazz do stink. The overs come in 4 out of 5 in Utah, and these games at the Delta Center have averaged 258. We're going with the over. And the Anaheim Ducks on the money line. They're dogs tonight at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. The underdogs have won the last 9 games. Take the underdogs tonight in the Anaheim Ducks at plus money. But, Coach, how are they underdogs if they've won 6 of their last 7?
I don't know. Very interesting. Finally, at the end of every show, we like to make you a little smarter. Raphael?
The Patriots QB Drake May has recorded 27 plus rushing yards in each of the Patriots' last 5 games following a road win. The most bet prop right now is Drake May over 21.5 rushing yards. So very similar that someone in this panel has that as well.
Who would that be, Raphael?
DG.
Oh, let's go. All right, we got a lot of best bets. We're going to cash. Tonight, premium pop-up, we're going to cash. Weekday wagers, 2 o'clock today, we're going to cash. So let's have a day. Producer man, you know what time it is? Give me that one shot. We're not done, not by a long shot. Coming up top of the hour, Coach and Bro Show, full hour of all of your biggest pro wrestling topics with me and Vinny Roo. Then 2 to 4 Eastern time this afternoon, Sirius XM channel 156, my radio show called Off the Ropes with the Coach. And then tonight, a little premium pop-up, 8 p.m. Eastern time. But in the meantime, let's have a day. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets, brought to you by the 4-Letter Word Club, straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. DG, my man Zeno, Young Peyton, Raphael, producer man, Mikey P. I'm simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day, 7 days a week. We're all about you because you're all about us. This is Coach and Company on Stadium, Valley Sports Live. We'll see you top of the hour.